It's early November. After a near apocalyptic event, we stagger out of our bunker, look around, and see nothing. Humanity seems to have vanished from the earth. All that is left is us, a group of high school seniors who miraculously survived the event. It is clear that it has fallen to us to restore the world and to begin society anew. The question is, how? The society. We first have to know what a society is. A society is a group of people with some form of order who work together for a common goal. The first needs our society will need to meet are the purely animalistic ones. These include things such as water, food, shelter, and procreation. We will also need to lay the groundwork for more high-order needs, such as government and social structures. To this end, we will need a clearly defined hierarchy and rules. We have elected to go with the system of government known as meritocracy. In a meritocracy, power is given to those of merit. Merit can be assessed in various ways, such as standardized testing and achievements in a given field. In a meritocracy, advancement is earned, not given. Therefore, you do not have leaders given their position merely by their friendship with another member, or by a favor owed to them by someone of greater authority. Some historic societies that have used meritocracy include Confucius-era China and post-Napoleonic conquest Europe. Some modern societies that use a meritocracy include Singapore and Ecuador. The US government is also partially based upon the principles of meritocracy. However, under the current political system, it is not always the case. We chose to govern our society as a meritocracy because we, as a group, believe in the general goodness of humanity. We wanted a form of government where each person is allowed to contribute to their greatest ability in the fields where they are most capable. In our society, we have elected for a more decentralized form of government. There will be a singular overruling body, but for the most part, power will lie in smaller groups. In other words, each group will be allowed to decide how it conducts its own actions. For example, the ruling body may say that the agricultural and hunting groups need to provide us with a certain amount of food. However, it will leave the exact methods up to those groups. Now that we have established our government, it is time to begin to look after the needs of our society. The first three that we will need to look after is food, water, and shelter. In accordance with our governing philosophy, those skilled in the arts of hunting and tracking would be sent out to find us a source of food and a source of water. Of those not skilled in such arts, those physically fit enough would be put to work building shelters for the society. These shelters would provide us with protection from the elements and as a sort of home to return to every night. Those not suited for such heavy labor could be put to work in other ways, such as building fires or digging latrines. Once we have established a base of operations and taken care of the immediate short-term needs, it is time to look towards the future. In preparation for the coming months, there are many things we must do, and many problems we must anticipate. We must make sure that our organization of government is well known and that its authority is well respected. We will need to stockpile food and make sure that our shelters are strong enough to survive the coming winter months. Looking toward the future years, there are many things we must do. We must make an effort to find any other survivors of this incident. However, failing that, we will need to make sure that we, as our own society, can survive. We will need a long-term source of food, some sort of agricultural base on which to feed our society. We will need to strengthen our buildings to make sure that they can endure many years. We will need to deal with the possibility of insurgencies, as there will always be dissenters amongst the populace. We will need to look towards the future of our race, ensuring that humanity does not die out. Once these things have been taken care of, we can look towards reclaiming what will have been lost, to relearning all the technological advances that will have been forgotten. In short, once we have ensured that our own society will survive, then we can look towards restoring it to its former glory.